Hey guys, it's Tanay here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you some of the best foundations for women of color. Okay, so I'm going to be going from oldest foundation to the newest launches, and I'm going to show you guys the drugstore foundations first and then the high-end foundations. So before I get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and if you want to see the best foundations for women of color, keep watching. So this foundation is kind of old. As you can see, it's all dirty in the inside, but this is the CoverGirl Queen Collection All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation with SPF of 20, and this foundation in the Queen Collection line comes in 14 shades. There is more shades that's not in the Queen Collection, the lighter shades, but for the darker shades there is 14 darker shades, and I'm in the color Spicy Brown. And this just says all day flawless coverage, lasting power of powder, coverage of a concealer, and blendability of a foundation in one, shine free, specially designed for darker skin tones. So I can say this was like my very first foundation, well, one of my very first foundations, but this was the first one that I actually fell in love with. It gave me full coverage, it matched my skin tone, but now I don't know if I got this like so long ago, but I think this is still my color. But I loved this foundation when I got into makeup. This was my everyday foundation, and I will repurchase it and repurchase it and repurchase it. So this is a good foundation that's not too expensive, but it's still, I think, maybe a little bit more than $10, depending on where you get it from, because if you get it from Target or if you get it from Myers or Walmart. But yeah, this is a good foundation, and especially for oily skin. So my next foundation is going to be the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup, and in this one I am in the color Mahogany N9, and this just says oil free all day wear. And this foundation comes in 33 shades. This foundation is not full coverage, but you can build it up. To me, this foundation will be good for like normal to drier skin. When I first got this foundation didn't last long on me, like it wasn't all day wear for me, but that was also a couple years ago when I first started wearing it. Now I know new techniques, so I probably could get it to work now, but this has an amazing shade range, so to be a drugstore foundation. My next foundation is going to be the Revlon Color Stay, and this is for combination oily, and they also have one for, I think, like dry to normal skin. This foundation comes in 35 shades. I'm in the color Mahogany 440, and it has a SPF of 15, wears up to 24 hours. This one is another one that when I first got into makeup that I really loved. It is full coverage, definitely is full coverage. The shade matches me perfectly, and it does really last all day. I would pick that over some of my higher end foundations sometimes. And it comes with a pump, which is really good for a drugstore foundation. So this one is another good one. One of my next foundations is one that is well loved. And that one is the Maybelline Fit Me. This one is the matte and poreless, normal to oily skin. This one now comes in 40 shades, and I believe that they launched darker shades twice. So I believe that they maybe had like 3 launches of this foundation, because I think they went up to Cappuccino, then I believe that it went up to Mocha, and now they have 40 shades. So in this one, I'm in the shade Deep Bronze, that is 370. If you have not tried this foundation, go out and get it. It's only like $5 or $6, and it is so good. And I actually have this one on today, and this one is really good for oily skin. And all of my foundations that I'm going to mention today are more for oily skin to combination skin, and a lot of them are going to be matte finishes. But I just wanted to show you guys the foundations that I own, that I know come in a big selection of colors and are real inclusive of women of color. This one is going to be the last one for the drugstore foundations, but it's the newer one out of the drugstore foundations that came out that has a great range. This foundation is the NYX the Total Control Drop Foundation, and this one comes in 30 shades. Unfortunately, Ulta only carries it up until Cocoa or something like that. So if you do want the other shades, you will have to go on NYX's website or Ulta website and purchase it online. So this foundation is kind of like the Cover FX drops. So the more coverage you want, the more drops you use. So this one is really good with coverage. Like I said, you just got to use more, and I usually don't count how many drops. I just put it all over. And all of these foundations I pretty much do love. I really don't have any bad complaints about any of them, because if I did, I wouldn't be showing you. But this foundation, I can't remember how long it lasts on me, but I know that it is a matte finish and that it did keep me matte. But of course, since I'm oily by the end of the day, with any of these foundations I'm going to show you today, I'm going to be a little oily. So now I'm going to jump into the higher end foundation. My first one for the higher end is going to be the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and this foundation comes in 42 shades. I am in the shade NW50, and this has a SPF of 15. This one is like a oldie but goodie foundation. I'm sure everybody probably has used this foundation or MAC foundation, period. This one I usually don't wear when I have breakouts, because this one does make my breakouts worse. So if I'm breaking out, I will not use this one, but it has great coverage, it lasts all day, and it keeps me matte. My next one is also a oldie but goodie, and that one is the Lancome Tint Idol foundation, and this has new packaging. Look how cute that is. This foundation comes in 40 shades. I am in the color 450 Suede W. This foundation has up to 24-hour color, wear and comfort, and transfer resistant. This foundation is a must-have and it's a repurchase. It's for all skin types. I've known people that used to have dry skin, that have combo, normal, and oily. This foundation is just bomb. All the way around, just a bomb. I really don't have anything to say about it. Like, I literally wore this foundation in 90-degree weather all day and still look good by the end of the day. Just put a little bit of powder on and good to go. You can build this one up. It's not full coverage right off the bat, but it gets full coverage and it does not look cakey. This is a must-have. Out of all the high-end foundations, if I had to choose one, it would be the Lancome one for sure. My next foundation is also another oldie but goodie that has been around for a while, and this one is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. This foundation comes in 42 shades. I am in the shade Deep Spice, that is 7W1. This foundation is definitely full coverage right off the bat, full coverage. This one does last all day. Along with the Lancome one, I would say these two are literally neck and neck. For me anyways, these two are neck and neck. If you don't like full coverage foundation, this will not be the one for you, because this definitely is full coverage. Full coverage is going to last all day and it's not going anywhere. Anywhere, it stays on. Legit fell asleep at my makeup with this on before and woke up, put a little bit of powder on, and I looked the same as I did when I first put my makeup on. So that says a lot. Now I'm going to get into some newer foundations in the higher end spectrum. This foundation flew off the shelves. It's still flying off the shelves. Came in 40 shades, and that is the Fenty Beauty foundation. You can find cool, warm, neutral undertones, yellow undertones. You can find all of that with the Fenty Beauty foundation. So if you have not found a foundation that has your shade, definitely try the Fenty Beauty, because there's like 2 shades in the line that I know for sure that I can wear. This one is a great one for women of color, and if you are oily, I recommend this. If you are dry, I do not recommend it at all. Probably unless you use a oil to prime your face, but I heard a lot of bad things about this foundation from people that have dry skin. So if you do try and you have dry skin, I just recommend maybe to use the oil before you put on your foundation, and maybe not setting it with the powder. And I am in the shade 450. So my next foundation is going to be the Bobbi Brown foundation, and this is the Skin Long Wear Weightless foundation with SPF 15. I am in the shade Cool Walnut, which is also 8.5. And this one says full cover, oil free shine control, and this definitely controls shine. Again, this is a matte foundation. So for my oily girls, I'll give you a lot of options here today. And this foundation comes in 30 shades and also has cool, warm, and neutral undertones. If you have not checked this foundation out and you have oily skin, definitely check this one out. And this one is medium coverage. You can build it up and it will not look cakey. And this one does look like skin, hence the name, skin long wear weightless. Doesn't feel like anything is on. Literally, you can't feel nothing on your face. My next foundation is going to be the Cover FX Power Play foundation. This one comes in 40 shades, and I am in the shade N110. This foundation like legit melts into the skin. Melts into the skin, looks just like your skin. It is a matte finish, and this one is also a medium coverage, which you can build up. And this one helps control shine because when you put it on, it kind of looks like a powder. Like once it dries down, it kind of looks like a powder. So this one, if you want to try out a newer foundation and you have oily skin and you have a deep skin tone, this is a good one. I have 2 more foundations left. I know you're like, how many foundations? But I have 2 more left, so bear with me. My next one is the Beauty Bakery Cake Mix Foundation, and this one comes in 30 shades. I'm in the shade number 9. If you want to see the full review on this foundation, go ahead and check out my video I dedicated just for this cake mix foundation. But all I'm going to say on here is if you have oily skin, get this foundation. This foundation lasts all day. It has great customer service and it's a Black owned brand. So yes. We're finally at the end, and my last foundation is the Jouer Essentials High Coverage Cream Foundation, and this foundation comes in 50 shades, even though they had to launch it twice to get the 50 shades because the first time they played us and the deepest color was lighter than me, but they did bring out more shades, so I appreciate that. And I am in the shade Mahogany, and I also did a review on this foundation, so if you want to see my full review and all my thoughts on this foundation, I will also link this one. The only thing I'm going to say about this is that it's very, very, very full coverage. I'm so glad they came out with more shades for women of color. This one says it has hyaluronic acid, it's matte, and it's oil free. So I'm not going to really say too much about this foundation either, just because I did a whole review on it. But I really do like this foundation, and I'm just glad that they came out with more shades, and I only have 50 shades. So yeah. And also, I don't have any NARS foundations, but I just want to mention NARS because NARS does have a great color range for women of color. I don't have any to show you, but I just want to recognize them in this video also because they do have a great color selection in all of their foundations. So check NARS out. I know that they have a foundation for dry skin and for oily skin, so definitely check them out. Alright, so thank you guys for staying to the end of the video. I know I had 13 foundations, but I just wanted to bring those to your attention and let you know that there are makeup brands that are making colors for us. I know there's more. That I did not mention in this video. I just wanted to bring you the foundations that I have in my collection, the ones that are like kind of popping right now, and some oldie but goodies. So if I didn't mention a foundation, don't kill me. Just mention it down below if it's a foundation that I did not mention that also has a great color range. Thank you guys for staying to the end. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, and see you in my next video. Bye.